This is my entry for this week's DreamSnap, Farmer's Market Fantasy. When I saw the theme for this one, I wasn't really feeling it, as I really didn't feel like doing another market. But when I decided to lean more into the farmer part of it, I got inspired. So I used the mud pathing to try and make it look like a worn-in driveway, leading to the barn. I grabbed the white picket fence to frame the driveway, which I wanted to put my stalls in front of. I did run out, so I put down a crafting station to craft more later. I really liked the idea of using a banner for the entryway, and thought the Dreamlight Day banner really fit the theme with the pumpkins, cart, and scarecrow, but I wasn't sure if I liked how it mixed with the fence, so I put it aside for now. I grabbed the Hops family farm stand, as I liked that the white wood matched the fence, and it's new, so I wanted to use it. Adding some more of the other stands to help fill in the area, and grabbed the wooden colored ones, so they wouldn't blend in too much with the fence, and they would match the lower part of the stall. Adjusting the farm stall since it was feeling like it was intruding on the driveway area too much. But I can't push it back, so I need to adjust my fence. Still needed to scoot it over a bit, so trying again. That's feeling better, so scooting the other stalls closer. Pulling the driveway down, and now it's too close to my driveway again. Need to scoot everything over a little. Adjusting the other fence to match. Trying to keep them even. Trying the banner again, and decided I like it. Adding some hay to match the banner, and make it feel more like a farm. Adding some crates, because I thought they kind of fit the theme. I went to add some barrels, and got distracted by the whimsical wheelbarrow. I thought it was really pretty, but wasn't sure where to put it. Now adding some barrels. Swapped a barrel out for a barrel table, so I could put something on it. Adding the island produce truck, as I thought it would be a fun touch, though I wasn't really sure where to put it, so I tried it there for now. I tried adding more mud under the truck, but the path didn't want to go where I wanted it, and I didn't like that it was so much thicker than the main part. I tried adjusting the truck to help, but it wasn't really helping. More fighting with the path, and decided to move the stalls to cover most of the path instead. But I didn't like it going into the road. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, so I left it for now. And figured it was time to start my farm area. I knew I wanted to plant a bunch of carrots and lettuce to match some of the items on the Hops family farm stand. Plus, I knew they wouldn't take that long to grow. I was also planning on planting some wheat, since it's another fast-growing crop. I wasn't exactly sure how big I wanted the crop section, or which crops I wanted where, but figured I could make adjustments later as needed. I left an empty section to divide the crops, and thought it might be fun to add a path between them later. Checking the shot, trying to see how far out I will need to go, and figured a couple more rows. Then I need to work more on the upper section. Then realized I probably should start planting, since I was thinking I wanted the carrots there, and it would be helpful to see how they looked and if I needed to change something. And back to digging. Checking how much more I need to dig. I wasn't really sure what angle I wanted to use, but I felt like I needed to make the crop area a little bigger. So, back to digging. Carrots are done, so I need to see how I like them there. And I like the pop of color there, so I decided to continue the carrots on the bottom section, and put lettuce on the upper, and wheat on the left, though I wasn't sure what I would pair it with. I ended up extending my crops out further, just in case the camera happened to catch that part, and to even out my rows. Checking how that's looking. Still not sure about the positioning, or angle, or pose, but I like how the crops are looking. Time to start the other side. Checking to see where I started the carrots, so I can copy the placement. Checking how that's looking, and you really don't see that much of them, so it's not worth going out further. And I like the idea of putting pumpkins in the back on the left, but didn't want to wait for them to grow. Plus I had a bunch I had been planning on turning into pumpkin puffs, so I just placed them down instead. I didn't quite have enough, but figured that part wasn't going to be showing anyway. Pulling out the mud path to make a pathway between the crop sections, and help hide the fact that the pumpkins aren't actually planted. And regretting my choice of having them 2 squares away from each other. But one felt too narrow, and I thought 3 would be too wide, bringing the path around each section of the crops, and decided I liked the look of the double path when it was between 2 crop sections, but it felt like it was too much going down the center, so I debated it while I shifted stuff around. replacing the fence in the back since it had been too far back, and I crafted more, so now I can actually wrap it around the area. Checking out a better angle, and the backdrop is feeling a little empty, so I need to add some trees. And got distracted by the windmill, and the flower bush. Back to looking at trees. I wasn't really sure what trees I wanted, but ended up going for those green ones, as I didn't want anything too jungly, and felt like the green worked well for the shot. I thought it would be cool to add a table in front of the stand, where I could put more carrots and other crops, and thought the summer picnic table matched well. Dropping some crops I thought would be fun to use. I knew I wanted the carrot in front, but otherwise I just popped them down. Then I needed to scoot them over because I left a gap between them. Scattering some props around, trying to fill in the emptiness and make it feel more lived in, but not too messy. Scattering some in the back as well. And I wanted to have some critters wandering around, so I grabbed Zero's house since it's the smallest, and tried to hide it behind things. Adding some pumpkin collections. I thought they looked cool, and would fit with having pumpkin crops in the back. I liked the bountiful marigold basket, and added 2 of those in the entryway. I considered adding some flower puddles, but it just didn't feel right. And I liked the idea of adding a cart to the back. Putting some birds, Max and Hey Hey on the right, and putting Pua, a capybara, Nana, and Lucky on the left. Then decided I wanted to try Max's pose instead of having him wander in the background. I like the pose, but I can't see the table from here, so I need to move closer. I'm not sure which side of the table I want to be on, so testing out a few spots. I liked her at the edge of the table, but didn't like that her hand was getting cut off, so I tried the other side. And that felt better. I wanted to try a close-up, as I've been really enjoying those lately, so I put the vizier's table in front of my character, to push the camera forward. And I really liked that. I especially liked how she had her hand reaching toward the screen. But the red jacket matched the barn too much, so I needed to fix that. Yellow feels better, but I need to make some adjustments. The other stands are feeling off now, so I got rid of 2 and twisted the other one. And tried adding a tree. That tree is too blocking. Not feeling most of them. And I liked the simple maple, but I felt like it still needed something. I wasn't feeling the small tree, so I tried to get a different variation of the maple. I liked the curve on that one, so I swapped it with the other one, and tried to get the other one next to it. It didn't want to get as close as I wanted, so I scooted things around so I'd be able to put it slightly behind, so it would look closer than it was. And I wanted to get my character closer to the table, since Max's pose pushes me over, so I needed to glitch myself into the table. To do that, I put the table on top of my character, and picked it back up. Then I hit escape twice, once to let go of the table, and again to exit furniture mode. To do it on console, you just want to put the item down on your character and escape out immediately. It's harder to do, but last I heard, that's how to do it. You can't see much of the stall, and it's feeling cluttered over there, so I need to get rid of it. Added another barrel table, and put some lanterns down. Checking if that helped. Realized it's the potato bucket bothering me, but that's part of the hops stand, so I can't do anything about it. And found a spot for the flower bush, and added a couple. Scooting the table over a little, and scooting my character in. That feels a little better, but it feels like another character should be with mine, and I thought Goofy would make a fun addition. So I grabbed him, pushed him into place, and I liked him there. But I thought it would be fun to catch him waving, so I needed to block him in and stop hanging out. And block another character in nearby, but if they are blocked in a small nearby spot, he would greet them once, then ignore them. But if you give them a bigger area, with enough room to wander around, they will leave and come back into the greeting range. Getting back into position, debated adding a slight rotation to the camera, and I liked that, but I wanted to scoot the truck a little closer. Moving everything near it, since they weren't showing anyway. Debated its positioning, and adjusted the mud to go underneath it. Checking if that helped. The truck might be slightly too far forward now. Scooting it back, checking again. Better, but one of the mini pictures blocking Goofy in is showing. So I need to fix that. Plus, Goofy was feeling a bit too close, so forced him over a little by adding more pictures. I apparently flipped the wrong mini picture around. I tried just covering it with the crops, but didn't really want to have that exact camera angle. So, back out to fix it. Hoping they won't be seeable now. Better, but the patch of grass by the truck is starting to feel empty. So, adding a carrot. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Though I'm not sure I needed to plant all those crops, as they aren't that noticeable back there. If you're curious, this snap took about 3 hours to do. Thank you for watching the video. Please like it if you found it at all helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more like this.